What up, y'all? We decided to make a full, complete guide on how we book every single last one of our trips. We're gonna take y'all through all the people that, all the groups, all the people that we deal with. We're gonna give out all that information and tell y'all step by step. And all y'all gotta do is just follow along with the information and then pay. Then y'all can go the same exact trips that we go on. So we're gonna start it out. First, you gotta come to your mind and be like, hey, I want to go on a vacation. So once you get that in your mind and be like, I want to go on a vacation, then that's when you start. How you start from the very beginning.
So basically how we start is we never know where we want to go, to tell you the truth. We never know.
Yeah.
So one day on social media, like I found this lady, which is a travel agent, who was posting deals. This had to be like 2019. Wait, no. When we took our first trip. Oh, 2020.
Yeah.
So it was 2020. I found her.
You found her before our first trip, though.
But it was 2020. Our first trip was 2021.
All right.
So around, like, I found her in 2020. And then I noticed that, she was posting these deals around Black Friday. Because before that, I never knew, we always know it's deals around Black Friday. But, we looking in the stores for deals. We never looking at trips. That was nothing that. And before that, y'all know we really wasn't taking trips like that. Like, we're going to cruise here and there. But it wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah.
So we
Before.
What?
First, y'all, to go on the trips that we've been wanting to go on, or that we've been going on, you first need to apply for your passport.
Oh, yeah. You can't forget about that. Because you can't go nowhere international with just your ID and your birth certificate. You're right about that. And ain't no deals on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So go through with that, but you can get them tips on what's the quickest way to get it and stuff and how to get it. But you ain't got to go in detail, fill out this paper, fill out this paper. Just a quick, if your mama call you and say, how do I get my passport? How would you tell her?
It's different from my mama. Because she going to want me to do every step for her, so it's different.
So
but okay, so,
quick.
For your passport, I would say, go to the passport website and find what we did, we found a local. So you can either go to a post office that does the passports and do the pictures, or you can go to, what's the other place? It's like, what it was, like a health department? Because they do birth certificate. What's it, Social Security office?
Could be.
I think it was like a Social Security office that we went to. They do like the birth certificates and everything in us. So find a place. You can either find a place that's like a one-stop shop that does the passport application and the photos, which like what we did, or like say you can go take your passport photo like Walgreens, CVS, or you can take them yourself. But it's a certain requirement, so make sure you go somewhere that's professional.
I would prefer you go to the people.
But some people want to save money, so.
Trying to save money, you're going to end up having to go and pay or get it redone trying to save money because you're going to send that in and they're going to reject it. Then you got to do all that over again. Just do it right the first time. Go to the post office or go to the place where they do all that and just have them do it. Don't even try to cut corners and try to save money. Just go get it done right the first time. It's certain things you save on. And there's certain things you don't. Just get that done right the first time. But you can do it yourself, but just go save yourself the trouble.
So, when you go there, you're going to have your birth certificate. You're going to have to, we had to have a money order to pay for them. And everything. So when you go online, you'll be able to look up the fees. It'll tell you the fees and everything for the passport. So you can do regular shipping, which what we did, because at that time it was COVID, but it wasn't like full blown. So we was able to get ours like within like 6 weeks. Mine got lost.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. Y'all know mine got lost. So I had to call the Houston office, the main office here. I'm going to go back to that because I just thought of something. The Houston office so they can ship it to me directly. Or you can get it expedited. So when you go there, they'll tell you when you fill out the application and they stamp it and all that, they're going to tell you how long to expect. So I can't tell y'all how long it's going to take because, throughout this whole COVID season, it's been like delays one time and then one time they'll tell you, I know my mom, they told her like 12 weeks. It came in like 6 weeks. She didn't expedite it or nothing. But what I was about to say is, you can get it quicker though. You can go to a local office. Excuse me. I know it's one in here in Houston. I know it's one in Miami. But y'all got to check around y'all, where you can go and get a same day passport. I know a lot of times you got to show that you have proof of a trip coming up. So that is an option. So let's say you forgot, or let's say you already got one and then it's expiring. Because I know a lot of places you got to have your passport, say it can't be expiring within the 6 months you leave it. So let's just say you come up with, and find out, oh, my passport about to expire next month. That's an option for you too. So that's how you get your passport. You got to pay the fees. What you was looking at the fees?
Yeah. I just did a quick Google search on how much it is in Texas. It's $130 for adult for the passport book and $30 for the passport card. We got the passport book.
You got to pay the $60 application
fee. Yeah,
$60
application fee. And $60 application fee. But it say you can do the card and the book for $160 for both of them. So, and it say you receive the passport within 3 to 5 weeks.
No, that's expedited.
Oh, expedited, 3 to 5 weeks. So,
but you got to pay extra for expedited, and then they say regular time. Just a Google search, y'all. It's 6 to 9 weeks. So just look up on Google and see how much your passport fees will be, because we can't really tell you exactly how. I know they did go up, probably like a couple months ago, before, like from when we got ours. So yeah, like my honey say, go get your passport first.
So we got the passport squared away, and then now.
So back to what I was saying, we never know where we want to go. So when we first started out, the lady that I found, she was.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But
because you can help me remember some stuff.
We never say. Sometimes it was a few times we said we wanted to go to a certain place, but
that was this year, yeah.
To get the deals, like they just gonna post some really, really good deals, and then we just decide based on the prices and if we been there before. Oh, this seemed like a nice place. So to get a good deal, you can't just say, oh, I want to go to this place. But next year they may have a really good deal to go to the place you want to go to. So you got to be open-minded. You can't just say, oh, we're going to pick this place, this place, this place, because you're going to be paying more. So
and sometimes to get a good deal, you have to be flexible, but I'll come back to that too.
Yeah.
So when we first started with the lady, so she just started posting.
Tell her the name. Can you go to it, screenshot it. I'm gonna post it on there. We gonna give y'all everything, everybody who we talk to and all that. The travel agent, we gonna give it all.
So the one we go through all the time is.
Can you screenshot it now before we forget? Because everything we go to on the phone, we gonna
send it to your phone or email.
Email.
Okay, I screenshot. I send it. Remind me.
You don't gotta send it now.
I know, just remind me.
At least screenshot it.
So her name is Christy Schwenker.
On Facebook. But I'm gonna have it on the screen.
She with Dream Creators Travel. So that's who we use for 99% of our trips. So I just, she'll start posting deals around Black Friday. I did already notice that she started posting that people have been booking with her, but more than likely that's probably people that know where they want to go. Okay, so back to we didn't never in the beginning we didn't know where we wanted to go. Let's go back there. So we seen that she was posting these deals. This is the first trip we booked. This one we went to the trip for this is the trip we went for my birthday to Planet Hollywood. So I seen her post this trip. I'm like, 7 days for 4 people. This is a great price. So it was like $1,400. It was around there. Again, prices changed now. It's been 2 years since that happened. And I brought it. So what I do, I bring it to my honey. And this was in Mexico. Planet Hollywood, Cancun. It was our first trip in Mexico, July of 2021. So she posted that, and I'm like, this seemed like a good deal. I didn't reach out to her directly first. I'm like, let me do my research. So I brought it to my honey. I showed him. It was like, okay, yeah, this seemed like a good place. He probably don't be interested, y'all. He's just leaving it to me, but
I leave it to my mama Sita just to do all that stuff, but I be wanting to know, like she'll bring it to me, I check certain stuff out, and I like to see where we going and what all they got. So she tell me all that.
I'm gonna be nosy and do the research. So that's when I start. Okay, I look up the hotel normally through Google. I look up reviews, but a lot of times, you can't really go off of the hotel site because the pictures be fake a lot of times, and they don't really show you the nitty gritty. So this hotel was one that was just opened in January 2021. So I joined the group on Facebook. I'm not part of the group no more, but what I do is I search the group. Planet Hollywood, like I said, Planet Hollywood Cancun. A lot of times it'd be like Planet Hollywood Cancun fan page. You join the group. These are all people who are looking to go to the group. Go to the resort, been to the resort, had family that went to the resort, or even could be, like we said in the other video, people that's, what they call them? I should have looked up the word.
What would you put?
It's not a timeshare. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not a timeshare, but it's like they pay to get extra perks. A member is a member. That's what it is. They're a member of the resort. So it's all these people in this group. So they giving you good information. They showing you menus. They showing you, you know how when you go to resorts, well, I don't know if y'all know, but like on cruises, they have like calendars of what they do every day. They have that same thing at the all-inclusive resorts, letting you know what's going on. They show you those examples because a lot of times at these resorts, they do it just repeat itself, unless say it's Halloween or Christmas, something special. It repeats itself Monday through Sunday. It's something new every day, but then it repeats itself the next week because a lot of times they don't think the people gonna be there that long. But so that's how we booked that trip. And then that's when, you know, after I did the research, I was like, okay, this is good. A resort, it has everything that we need. And this was our first all-inclusive resort. So this was everything I felt like we needed. We wanted, you know, good food. We wanted somewhere like...
Yeah, and in those groups, they tell you everything. Like, we love to go to resorts. So we just pay one fee. And once you pay that one fee, you don't even have to bring out your card or money out ever again if you don't want to. The only thing you would have to, like if you want to go to like certain resorts, they have steakhouses. They have a steakhouse at the ones that we've been going to that's included, that got nice steaks, and y'all seen us go to those. Or they have some that you have to pay for. You don't have to go to those places, so you just pay that one price. You good. You can eat all day long.
You ain't got to shop in the shops.
Room service, and that's another thing, is certain perks when you book with the like let's just say you book with the travel agent. You get certain things, or if you book with a member, you get certain perks. You get every perk that they have with the members. You get all of their perks, so you get the certain wristbands and all that stuff if you book under the member. But the only con that I can think of right now with booking under a member is you got to pay everything up front. So when we do book through the member, we got to pay it all up front. When you book through the travel agent,
you just pay a $200 deposit,
and then you pay it off as long as it's paid off before, I think like a month before the trip. So those are different pros and cons to booking with the travel agent and the member. Our last few trips, or last one trip was with the member, but we think we're gonna go through the member from now on.
Probably for like, it depends on the resort. Yeah. It depends on the resort, cause like the Planet Hollywood one, y'all remember we kept raving about Star Class. So it was presented like when she made the post, the travel agent made the post. She put Star Class on there, so that was an extra perk. We didn't have to get Star Class. Imagine if we didn't get Star Class, our price would have been even cheaper. So you don't always have to get what they post, well, what she posts, because she just posting that, you know, hey, this is a deal, this is what's out there. She's just trying to show you the best option out there. So you didn't have to, we didn't have to get Star Class. We didn't have to go for 7 days. You could have went for 5 days. So it's totally up to you.
And it would have been cheaper.
Yeah, it could be cheaper. You can switch the dates. So they'll post like this. The travel agent, she'll post, okay, this is May 1st through the 8th. Just to give you example of week. So I message her, I'll comment on, but like, I'm interested, you know, or I message her, or, you know, and I email her, and I'd be like, I'm interested in the Planet Hollywood deal. But could you look up the dates? Like we went July something through something. That was around my birthday. So she'll give me a quote for that and let me know how much that is. So that's one way to book a trip. But let's just say you have a travel agent already and they don't post deals. So you know you want to go to Jamaica. You know you've been looking at Moon Palace Jamaica, Rio Jamaica, Breathless, any one of those hotels. So as I suggested last time, majority of all these hotels gonna have deals, but it's just that which one probably will have the best deal for you that you're willing to pay, or just the hotel, basically which hotel you want to go to. So I would suggest, like say today, if I look up Moon, let me give you another example. So for Davion trip that we took in May, I looked up Moon Palace when we went to Planet Hollywood. I brought this to my honey. I was like, man, this is a nice hotel, but this is a little pricey. We don't want to spend this right now.
Yeah.
So around that time, Moon Palace was $5,000 and some for our family for, you know, the amount of days we like to go, like 7 days. So I knew, okay, in my mind, if I see something cheaper, this is something we got to jump on. So come 2021, Black Friday, I looked up myself. I didn't go through the travel agent. I looked up myself because I knew in my mind I want to go to Cancun again, and I want to go to Moon Palace because I feel like Moon Palace Cancun is the best one. It had everything that we need, and we loved that trip.
Yeah.
So I knew in my mind coming to Black Friday, I'm finna see if this hotel gonna be on sale. If it is, we gonna book it. So I went on the hotel site, and it said 50%. So I did like a mock booking. Put all, you know, how many people it is, and it was 50% off, y'all. I'm like, this is a great deal. You get really 4 hotels in one, and this is something we can't pass up. So I started doing my research. I joined the group. I asked our travel agent to give me a quote. So she gave me a quote, and I'm just gonna throw numbers out there because I really don't remember exact numbers. Let's just say she said it's $2,800 for the days we wanted to go. So then I started looking in the group. I'm like, people saying, oh, book under this member, you get a lot of perks, you get more money off. So I just happened to I just looked up, searching the group, I put members. I just found one lady, just found her. And then I actually messaged 2 people. One person didn't respond, and the other lady, she responded. So what they do, because they're members, they go to their own concierge person. They're like, hey, I got someone that want to book under me. They want to come blah, blah, blah date. It's 4 people. Can you give me a quote? So, and it's really, at first I was nervous because you're reaching out to strangers. And, you know, she walked me through the whole process. She was really nice. And basically when you book, it's not like you giving them your money. The hotel actually sends you the link.
Yeah.
And you booking through the hotel, but it's under their name.
And
so
watch out for people scams, because people do scam.
Yeah.
So make sure it's good before you send
ask a lot of questions.
Don't send nobody no money. Make sure it's the hotel and all that.
Yeah, I would don't give the person your money.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No, don't do that, because I wasn't even gonna do that.
Yeah.
But so I got a quote from her. I said, the travel agent, let's say I said $2,800. She was like $2,200. So that's $600 extra off, plus the 50% off for Black Friday. I'm like, man, we got to do this. I brought it to my honey. I'm like, I know we won't normally spend, you know, this much on the trip, but look at everything this hotel got. That's when y'all seen us go to the hotel in May, this past May. And it was well worth the money. So when we booked through her, we got that nice transportation.
Yeah.
That was one of the perks.
Like a presidential SUV.
It was like
not an SUV.
Truck.
Yeah. Like a Suburban.
Yeah. So we didn't have to ride in like say a big old bus with a whole bunch of people. We got the nice transportation. Mm-hmm. We got resort credits. We got I think it was like it was like $1,500 in resort credits. At that time, we couldn't take excursions because I was pregnant, but you could use that on excursions. You can use it in the gift shop. You can use it basically anywhere, and it's just
they give you the credit, but you would have to pay the taxes.
I'll just say 18%. You got to pay the 18% tax. You get some for $60. Use your resort credit. You just got to pay the tax on the $60.
Yeah.
We got free, mani and pedis. Mm-hmm. Y'all seen us do that. And they offer free massages. So, unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage of that. Well, my honey could have. He didn't want to go without me because you had to be a certain time in pregnancy to get a massage. And we had a certain color band.
Mm-hmm. That give you different perks.
Just like the Star Class did. So, like my honey said, it's like a gift, and then we just had to pay that up front. That's the only con.
Yeah.
We had to pay the full $22 up front instead of say $200 and then the rest of the $2,000 later. That was the only downside if you really don't have the money to just shoe it up there. So some people may not take advantage of that extra $600 discount and just go through the travel agent because, hey, I don't have that right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pay the $200 and then we'll just pay on it as we get money, which is totally understandable. You just won't get the perks, the extra perks, but you're still going to a great place for a way cheaper price. So I think either way is fine, and whichever way you want to go. And I would say also to make sure, because we are advocates of insurance, make sure you get trip insurance.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to need it. We actually had to use it. Did they ever know about our trip that we planned for your birthday?
Yeah, we told them, and we told them we weren't going no more when it snowed. We was gonna go on a ski trip for my birthday when the year that it snowed for around Valentine's Day, and we was like we experienced.
No, that was last year. No, 2021. That was last year.
And we was like we experienced snow. We ain't really gotta go. We was done with snow. Yeah, so we ended up was able to get a full refund because we had insurance. So make sure you get insurance. Please do not look at it like, oh, what if we don't use it? We just wasting the money. What if you need it? You gonna be at $100, $200. Sometimes it be cheap, $70, $60.
But lately it's been like, say for like 7 days, like it depends. So you go. Where I go is Insure My Trip. That's the site.
Yeah.
And it gives you, you know how you do like the car quotes, car insurance quotes, house quotes. It's probably like a site, and it just you put in all your information. You put how many people traveling, how much the trip costs, whether it's a cruise, you're taking flights. They ask all the information.
Yeah.
They ask for your flight price. So basically, they trying to insure your trip, the whole trip, the flights, every single part of it. You go on there and you put in all the information. It populate. You got the General, you got Progressive, you got all these different companies. They give you a quote. You read through and see what they cover. Because some of them cover cancel for any reason. Some of those are a little pricier than the others. You can just cancel for any reason. Say you wake up and say the sky blue, I don't want to go. Cancel for any reason.
Tell them which one we got. We ain't get that one canceled.
We know because when you get in order to get the cancel for any reason, you have to get it, say within 7 days of booking your trip. So you have to get it as soon as you book your trip. After that first window, they're not going to allow you to get canceled for any reason. So remember that too. So I would suggest as soon as you book your trip, go on and Insure My Trip. Put in all your trip details. Make sure you have all the details in front of you because they're going to ask for everything. And get a quote and pick one of those. Read all the fine print, what they cover. They tell you how much they cover if you have to go to the hospital, how much they cover if your bag just 3 hours late, if your flight delayed a certain amount of hours, if you got to be, say, medevac back to the U.S., they go over every single intricate part that's covered on Insure My Trip in your quote. Just make sure you look at everything, read everything, and make sure it suits you and your family.
And make sure y'all look and see all the reasons where you can, what is called, cancel your trip. Make sure you know every single reason, because when you call them, you can't just make up an excuse and be like, oh, this happened, so I don't want to cancel my trip. You got to have proof. So make sure you have proof and make sure you go about it the right way. So be smart about that. Don't just get something, insurance, just to be like, oh, I got insurance, and you know it's not really covering the things that you believe something can happen and you will need the coverage for. So make sure you read all of that stuff.
Like, say, for example, death in the family. They're going to want you to send proof, obituary.
Yeah.
They're going to want to send you to send all that information. What else?
Okay, so we know. Did you tell them the groups, all the groups?
Well, I left the Planet Hollywood group because I'm like, we ain't probably. So, for example, Moon Palace.
I think that Moon Palace is a good one, but we always found the best deals all the time around Black Friday. They have other deals other times of the year, but the cheapest we done seen it was around Black Friday. So that's when we like to look for them.
So the Moon Palace, I'm part of a lot of Moon Palace groups because every group have different people in it and they're saying different stuff. But one of them is
make sure you screenshot it.
The Grand at Moon Palace Cancun Resort fans, and
And when you in these groups, you can go to the top and hit the search bar, and you can search in that group for whatever you want. If it's a certain resort that have the members that you can book under, search all that. You can just go to the top and search any questions that you ever have about the resort. They got it. You want to know if they got honey mustard at a resort, search in that group. They go tell you
what's
if
some
they
good
got
drink
it.
recommendations.
That's where my mama Sita found out one of the best restaurants was the bowling alley. She just was looking.
Well, the best
through
one
the
to
group.
us, because you know we like take wings and all that stuff.
And if y'all go to that resort, that bowling alley, that got,
and that was a hidden gem.
Yeah,
because a lot of people on the group was like, I never knew the bowling alley sold food. And like I researched that, I seen that before we went there, and we wouldn't have never knew. We probably wouldn't even went to the bowling alley to tell you the truth. But that was like a great thing. And
you
that
don't
we found
even have to bowl. You can just go in there and sit down and eat. But search inside that group.
And even in the file, say for example this group, they give you Cancun packing list. They give you resort credit activities, what you can actually use the resort credits for. The top tours, the restaurants, which they show you the menus. They give you maps. They give you because at these resorts you can get your laundry done, but it costs. They give you a price sheet. They give you the stuff about the spa. They give you everything.
If in some, like say you go to one resort, they may have, you can even find out what alcohol they sell or give you at a certain resort in these groups. But some resorts have certain alcohols that others don't. You can even, like, we didn't know what we wanted to drink. Well, I didn't know what I wanted to drink. My mama Sita went in that group and asked for drink recommendations. Well, you can ask questions. Well, she didn't ask. She just searched it, and then people was already asking for recommendations. And you can just look at all the drinks that people been looking for, or what kind of drinks they recommend, and you can ask them to give it to you. And you can just say you ask for that drink and you don't like it, give it back to them, pour that, look at another drink and get another drink.
You can try 10 drinks right there and say you sipped on all of them, don't want neither one. It's all inclusive. You paid your money. This is the time. That's what we always say. Them all-inclusive resorts be the time to try food that you always wanted to try drinks, try desserts, all that stuff, because you already paid your money. You might as well just try everything right now.
So now we got the trip information out the way. We know what to look for and how to look for the trips and who to go ask for and stuff.
Oh, I got another tip for the trip. So y'all know, like, them booking engines, and I just want y'all to be cautious with this. We don't book this way, but I've seen a lot of other people book this way. Say like Booking.com, Priceline, Expedia. They also have deals. So, you know, you can go on there and book a trip, and, you know, you book a trip through them. But I also have heard that, say like sometimes we getting your money back, they not really quick to give you your money back and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard time. So if that's a search engine that you always use and you have good reviews and good, you know, times with them, you can book through them too, because they have great deals too. I just wanted to throw that out there.
But we don't. And we know how to do all the booking and all that. Once we find out, talk to the travel agents or the members about the trip, we go from looking at that information, but we also do this simultaneously. See what got some good deals, and while we doing that, because let's just say you see it's a place that got a real good deal. So as you looking to see places that got good deals, also be on the other hand trying to see what flights, because it could be a place that got a $50 50-day resort, and you look at the flights, it'll probably be like $15,000 for the flight. So you need to be looking at all all that together. So don't even go through and book it until you find out the information about the flights. And how do we find our flights?
So we go on Google Flights. We use Google Flights. You type in the dates that you want to go, because even sometimes we had to change our dates. Because say for example, my honey birthday February 26th. Say we want to go the 21st through the 27th, for example. But I see that it's cheaper if we leave on this day than this day. We did that for Davion's birthday, I think. That made us no, that was your trip. We did it that first time, and we fell in love with going the extra day. But I'll tell you about that in a few. So for my 100 trip, we had to add an extra day because it was like $100 difference per ticket. So if we go a day earlier, you know, then we was able to, you know, save money. So sometimes you have to be flexible, because I understand you may want to be there for your birthday, but sometimes if you got the money, hey, spend it. If you want to spend that extra money, by all means spend it. But for us, we look for the most cost saving. So if we got to leave a day earlier, go a day earlier, and it makes sense for us, we gonna save $400. Say for us, when we was a family of 4. We save $400. Let's just say we got to stay an extra night. That first night, as y'all see, we found a hotel close to the airport. Like we did, I forgot what the name of that hotel was. Let's just say Hilton or something. Yeah. And that was $100 a night. So let's just say that took away it's $100 we saved. We still saved $300. So we look at that as saving, and we there for an extra day. Yeah. So you just got to play with the dates to make sure that it aligns with what you want. Yeah. And the savings that you want for your pocket.
And then a lot of times they bring up and say you can book these days to get $1,000 for the whole trip, and then you go look at the flights, and then you see a week before you can get way cheaper flights. A lot of times it ain't gonna be a big difference if you have them change those dates to a week.
Unless it's a holiday. Yeah. Like say, unless you change from say the week before Christmas to the week of Christmas. That would make a big difference.
And that's another way to save money. Don't book on holidays if you're trying to get the cheapest
even
deals.
If they include one day of holiday. Yeah. Like, no, go before the holiday or after the holiday.
Yeah, don't book real close to a holiday. So
unless you want to spend the money.
Yeah. And then we're going to insert a clip on once you do find a flight. If you don't mind, we telling y'all how to get the cheapest. If you don't mind flying Spirit
or Frontier.
Frontier, we love flying Spirit and Frontier. We also flew on other airlines when they were cheaper, but so far them been the cheapest. When you do find cheap flights on the internet, make sure you look on Google, and then you'll see how much. You can search it up, see exactly how much, but it's always going to be cheaper once you go inside the airport. Just go up to the desk and tell them your dates, give them your information, and normally what we've been experiencing, it's been like $50 minimum
per ticket.
Each ticket. Yeah. We made it to the airport to get a cheaper flight.
Discounts. Is that line up? Is the line up left? Yes. Okay, thank you.
We were in the wrong line.
There wasn't no opening over there. How you doing today?
Good. She just said where we going, but we're about to get the extra savings right here. Is it cheaper?
It's cheaper here. Cause I see $1,165 online.
Get it. It's like $300-400 cheaper here. All right, y'all. So we was able to get the flights, and how much cheaper were they?
So, how much was it? $1,165. How much I said it was? $1,165.
Yeah.
Minus, it was $893.08. So we saved $271.92. I was close. I said $50 a person.
That's $50 a person.
$50 a person is $200.
But he said 50 to 60. He said 60. So Dominique was the closest. So we say, what's that? About $60 a person.
Exactly. I'm gonna get y'all exactly. $67.98 per person. If they don't mind flying Spirit and Frontier.
Yeah, go to the airport and you can get a way cheaper ticket, minimum $50. Sometimes you can get it even higher than that. Sometimes maybe even half off. It all depends.
But if you don't like Spirit and Frontier, this is the time to save on the other airlines too. So you can go directly to the airline site, say Southwest, for example, or United, and see if they're running a special on flights. So a lot of times Travel Tuesday is the big day that the airlines run their special. So that's the Tuesday after Cyber Monday, which will be what day it is? The 29th. This year it will be with the 29th. So just look on their site and see if they're running a deal. Put in your date, see how much it is, and then see if that's what you're willing to spend if you don't want to fly Spirit and Frontier.
And sometimes, say if you keep constantly looking up flights on your phone, it'll start giving you higher prices. What you do when it do that is you go in incognito, and then it'll give you the prices that you've seen before. But sometimes they do go up on prices, and then that'll be the right price. But sometimes you go incognito and you'll see the cheaper prices. They know when you keep looking up a certain flight, then they try to go up.
And then another thing I do too, like let's just say at that time if that flight a little too expensive, but I know, like say just because it'll tell you on Google Flights, it'll tell you it's high. But a lot of times it's high at that time that I'm looking. But this flight can go as low as, say for example, it's $400 when I'm looking. But this flight can go as low as say $100 and some. I'll track the flight, so I'll keep tracking it. And as soon as I get the notification and say, hey, the flight is at $100 and some. This is our price point. This is what we want to spend because we know we finna go there and get it even cheaper. Even if it's $200, we're gonna go there and get it cheaper. That's when I say, okay, honey, the flight is at such and such. We got to go to the airport. And as y'all seen us plenty of times, go to the airport, but he gonna insert the clip on how we do it. I try to go up there prepared. I try to go up there with a notebook or say in my phone, my notes, because they're going to ask you for the name of the person that's going or names of the people that's going, their date of birth, your phone number, email, and stuff like that. So I try to have that written down instead of trying to tell them so they can make sure they getting the spelling right, the dates right, and everything. I try to have it written down for them, and I just either hand them my phone or hand them the notebook I have.
And also sign up for the perks, the member stuff for Spirit.
Oh yeah, like say for example, every airline has it. Like the free Spirit is with Spirit. Frontier has their little account too, where you can every time you fly, you get points, and then you can end up getting a free flight.
Yeah. So even do that before you even take your first flight, because every flight you go on, you can enter it's a flight number or something.
You enter your free Spirit code under your booking.
Yeah, and then that'll add up, and once you get so many, you can get like a free flight somewhere.
Yeah.
So make sure you put that in too.
So we talked about passports, the actual place, flights. I'm trying to think, what else can we tell them? And just to let y'all know, it's not always, because as we talked about the ski trip, that wasn't international. If y'all don't want to go to international trips, that's totally fine. It's trips that's in U.S., like say ski resorts or different other resorts that you can find on Black Friday for deals. So you can even do like say little cruises. You don't need no passport. You can do a cruise. The travel agent can help you with a cruise and everything. So just keep that in mind. If you don't want to get a passport right now, say funds not looking right, and you can only afford say maybe the trip, or you just feel like you scared of Mexico, you scared of going international. Yeah. It's totally fine. Go where you feel comfortable, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a deal.
Okay, so we told y'all what to look for in a vacation, how to do your research on it, how to book the flight. Now we just gonna give them a bunch of tips and tricks of everything that we can think of that we came across from our knowledge. So
one thing is going a day early. So we love now, say when we go international, we try to go a day early, because you got to think about it. The day you flying in, travel days are just long and hard anyways. Even if your flight is 2 hours, you got to get to the airport 2-3 hours early. you gotta just sit there and wait. It's just a lot. It's just it's draining, time consuming. So we have learned that we don't like traveling and going to the resort on the same day. We book a off property hotel by the airport the first night. We get in, we relax, recoup, and then that next morning we headed to the resort. Yeah. So we have a full day at the resort, which is a perk. Because let's say you're traveling, you get there 5 o'clock. Your day already half gone, and you paid, say,
$100, $200, $300
for that night.
Whole day.
And it's already halfway gone. Yeah. So we wake up the next day, have a full day to resort, and all the rest of the days are full except for probably the day you leave, depending on the time you leave. So that's a tip that we like to do. Yeah. And if y'all like to do it,
and I got another tip. To get the cheapest flight, you may not always be in your city to get the cheapest flight. You may have to drive an hour away to get it even cheaper. And sometimes, like when we was in San Antonio, we used to have to drive to Austin, which is like 2 hours away, and to Houston.
Oh, we drove to Dallas too.
In Dallas, Mexico, yeah. And those to get the cheapest. So not only do you search your city to wherever you going, also search the surrounding cities to see what the prices is to get their prices, because you may get, just by driving an hour, say if you in Tampa, just by driving to Orlando or to St. Pete, you may get like $500 to $1,000 off your whole flight. So that's another great tip on how to find cheap flights. So you always just be flexible, and you may have to drive to get it even cheaper. So we tell people a lot, like, it's not as expensive as people think it or make it out to be. You can go to some nice places for real cheap. You just got to be willing to make things work. And that's the way of life. You can't just always get everything like the most perfect laid out situation. You may have to go through some stuff to get it a little cheaper if you're willing to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was just thinking about something. Oh, say like when we go to the airport, we do park at the airport, and every time we park, we use the parking spot. That's just something I just felt like was convenient, and that was the first one I found a deal for. So y'all know we all for the deals. So I googled like parking spot coupon code, and ever since then we've been using the parking spot. That's the one with the little polka dots. Y'all seen us get on. Yeah. And they have that at majority.
Some people may not. They may just think you just talking about the parking spot at the airport to go park.
Oh no, it's like it's
near the airport. It's a park. Like say if you drive your car, it's near the airport where you can go and park your car for the duration of your stay at the resort or out the country or wherever you going. And it's cheaper than parking at the airport because the airport fees are more expensive. So we use the parking spot.
And then they shuttle you to the airport. Yeah. And then they give you a card. And then you call them to let them know when you come back. And then you give them a card when you get back on the bus so they can take you right to your car. So you can get covered, uncovered parking. And the parking spot is not the only one. That's just the one I found that was good for us the first trip. And I've just been using them every time because I get a coupon. I found a coupon every time. Yeah. But they have different parking facilities around every airport. It just depends on where you want to park and stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else. A good tip.
No. You think we covered everything?
Yeah. Because packing, they'll know what if they're going to the cold, they pack cold stuff. Going to the heat, they pack heat stuff. Hot stuff, I mean.
Yeah. I think we pretty much covered it all. If y'all have questions, put it down in the comment section below.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, what else can I tell y'all? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think it's nothing else.
Yeah. When you're out the country, be careful, be safe.
That's what anywhere.
Anywhere. Be careful, be safe of your surroundings and stuff. But it's not as scary as some people may seem, but it can get scary. based on other people experiences and stuff. Thank God,
just got to be aware.
we ain't have to deal with none of
Yeah.
that stuff. So it can get scary, but
don't leave your drink
Yeah.
down and come back and get it. When you
Yeah.
at all inclusive, try just leave that drink and go
I
get a
don't
new
care
one.
if you pay $5,000 for a drink. If you put it down, don't come back
Yeah,
and get
don't
it.
come back and get it. You never
But,
know.
yeah.
Just be
But it
aware
is,
and just watch.
from our experiences, it's been pretty safe.
Yeah.
They got it locked down. Like every single person that go to the resort, they gotta show credentials. You gotta show everything. So they ain't just letting anybody in there.
But we do understand, like, sometimes stuff do happen at resorts.
Yeah.
And, like, saying the resort people be in cahoots with it. But we just try to be vigilant and just, we be aware, but we also be like, okay,
Whenever
you don't want to go scary, like, be scary, and
Yeah,
because you're not going to
enjoy
enjoy yourself. Like, you have to enjoy yourself.
And whenever
little.
you go out, make sure somebody know where you at, where
Yeah.
you're going and all that. Just keep somebody with a heads up so they know exactly where you're going. Like we always message our family before we go somewhere, hey, we going here. It ain't nothing to do with, oh, you grown and all
Yeah.
that. It's just to let somebody know, hey.
Yeah, I sent my mama the flight details, our flight number,
Yeah.
the time we leave, the time we landing, the hotel, the address. I sent her all of that stuff just in case. Just in case.
Tell maybe 2 or 3 people,
Yeah.
or maybe 2 people.
Well, I'll just tell them what all
Yeah.
I tell her, like, specifically. But we tell multiple people where we at. But
And where we going,
Yeah,
when
and
we
everything,
landing,
yeah.
when we supposed to be coming back. Because if something happen, the quicker they notice something wrong, the better chance.
we let them know when
Yeah.
we land. Be like on our way back to the
Oh, with the phone services. Some
Oh,
places
yeah.
you go,
Mexico was
yeah.
good.
Some places you go,
Dominican Republic, no.
they charge you for roaming and stuff. But our phone carrier, we are allowed to go in certain places and they don't charge you. You can still use your phone. So they do have internet over the whole resorts, every place that we've been to, and they all been
But sometime
good.
it be-
Sometimes it'll mess up
Especially
and
going to, like,
start
the beach and
tripping.
stuff.
Yeah, the further you get from the resort, like going to the beach and stuff, that's when it start messing up. But for the most part, you can still text, call. Well, not certain places text and call, but get on the internet, like social media. When we go to
Or
places,
do like, say like you got FaceTime.
Yeah,
like,
you can
you on
do-
your
yeah, you
you
can
on
do
Wi-Fi,
that.
so you can just do that.
but I was just about to say something.
Sometimes that's what you said. Sometimes I have to do that to remind him.
I don't remember. Yeah, but that's something that I thought about.
Yeah, and then like just going back to the resorts, like just look at what y'all want. Say for example, if y'all want to go to the Nickelodeon resort, that's one resort the kids to be talking about. I know that I've been seeing the prices for the times, like I be seeing like $7,000, and I be like, whew. But I know, say Black Friday, it go down to probably like $4,000. So that's saving money. It's still pretty, pricey for what we feel like we want to spend on trips, but we know it's saving money. So it just really depends on what you're looking for. Like, and we know on trips, Davion love the lazy river,
Yeah.
and he want so I try to find a place that has a lazy river. Sometimes we ain't gonna find it, but I try to find a place. Kids club, like just to give y'all some tips of what we look for. We look for kids clubs, not just to put our kids there, but our kids love going there. It's like when we was at the Moon Palace. It
They
was
wanted to
so
leave
much
us
stuff.
to
Yeah, it
go
was so
there.
much stuff for them to do. And I was just so excited for us to go to this place. And like, we enjoyed ourselves, don't get me wrong. But it's like, they rather be in the kids club, which is understandable. It's other kids. But it was so much stuff to do there. Like,
Yeah.
it was so much stuff.
And make sure if y'all do plan on letting your kids go to the kids clubs, they got certain age requirements. Like say newborn babies. Some places do take newborn babies.
I think Moon
but
Palace Jamaica
I
do.
think they take them up. They don't take them all day, or certain ages they stop taking them in. So you gotta read all that stuff so you can fully understand all the kids club and stuff.
And now y'all probably like, oh, I don't want to trust nobody with my children.
They good. They
You just gotta let loose sometimes. Things do happen, and be in the back of your mind like, okay, make sure the kid's safe, But sometimes you just gotta let loose. Like at Moon Palace, they had our number. We had like
They can text
the
you.
WhatsApp. They was calling and texting and stuff like that. You can call and check up on your kids. Other places may have like the little phones, like on a cruise. You can get a call.
Yeah.
And different stuff like that. And Moon Palace, we made them aware of Davion allergies. He had to wear a wristband so they wouldn't give him the food that he was allergic to. Dominique had a wristband too because we don't let them have sodas. So that was something great that, an extra little perk.
They very, very careful. They ain't gonna put the kids in harm's way from my experience.
Yeah, from what we've experienced, they have, they have, and I pray that it don't happen.
And they also train, and they well known with all how to take care of a baby, how to take care of kids. They know all the CPR and all that stuff, so your child will be good. So we trust them.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, money. Make sure you tipping.
Tips.
Say when you go to resorts, it's not required or mandatory, but we do like the tip. So what we do is we try. We ain't been successful at this. We always wait. We always say before we leave, we gonna go to the bank and get like $200.
Ones and fives.
Yeah, out of ones and fives. We always forget and don't remember until we get there. Then we gotta use their bank to and they got real high fees. They probably charge about $20 just to get $100 out. And we normally like to keep at least $200 in ones and fives. So throughout the whole trip, we done gave away that whole $200 to different waiters, servers, people that come in to
clean the
room and all that stuff. So we try to make sure we have at least 200.
Those people do work hard. Like the places we've been, they've been really nice. They go out, they wait for you. Like, so it's not hard, if you have, like my honey said, it's not mandatory. We can go there, like he said, you don't even have to take your wallet out once you get there if you don't want to. You don't have to tip. It's not a mandatory thing to tip. But that's just something extra that, others like to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was about to just give them like a bonus. Can you pull up in the email of one trip and tell them exactly how much we paid for the trip, how much we paid for the flight, how much we paid for the parking and all that, and just be like, we paid all of this for one trip. And we use all of these little tactics to get to this. What, that's gonna take a long time?
No, I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna have all that. Let me see. Hold on.
But you can't just search and be like Moon Palace and then it'll pop up and how much we paid. Alright, so this is just a bonus to see exactly how much we paid for all the trips and stuff that we went to. Not all of them, but just for one trip.
So this was for the Moon Palace. So 11/28 on 2021 is when the Moon Palace people sent me over a reservation. So it say your reservation at Moon Palace has been placed on hold. So let's just say you go through a member and it says member benefits. So it sends you a link. Well, it sends you an email and it has a link on there where you can complete your reservation. So for the days that we went, it was $2,200. I was close because I said 22. $2,279.84 for the time we was there. How was the 6 days? Yeah, 6 days.
But we do an extra day at the other on the hotel. Yeah. So total it was 7 days, but we was only at the resort for 6. So
the Moon Palace we went to Sunrise. It was the same resort, but yeah. So $2,279.84.
And then how much was the flight?
The flights for that was $654, but before we went there, it was $868 before. So we saved like $200 and some on the flight just by going to the Spirit counter.
Yeah.
And
so far that's $2,800.
Let's say $2,900.
$2,900, and then plus the parking.
It was $56.
And that was our most expensive trip that we done been on. All the other ones been like $1,000-something, and we been to resorts. That was our third resort. So that was the most expensive. And just think about just to go regular at that hotel was $5,000.
Just for the hotel,
including the flight, not including the parking. So we paid $3,000 for all of that, and that was way cheaper than just booking it regular.
Yeah, and then
that's why we jumped on it.
And then we was willing to spend extra for that trip because, as y'all seen, that hotel had a lot of stuff. It was three on the same ground
in one resort.
Yeah,
3 different resorts that had a lot of stuff in each one. So that's why that one was more expensive. All the other ones, it'd just be like one resort. So that y'all won't be paying that much if y'all go through all the stuff that we telling y'all. Y'all will probably pay like $1,000 for a whole trip, and that's for a family of 4. Imagine y'all say if you got 2 people or 3 people,
and then if you go shorter days,
you'll probably be coming out way cheaper, like less than $1,000 for out the country resort. So go, it's cheap. It's way cheaper than what y'all think. We hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all got questions, put it down below and put #@.
Because I know we probably forgot some stuff. So please ask the question so we can answer y'all and let you know, give y'all the answer to y'all questions.
When you ask, #@RoyaltyFam, because we can type it in there and we'll pull it up, and then we'll just answer all the questions that y'all got for this video.
But look forward to more trips with the Royalty family, because just because baby boy is here, we're still going to travel.
Yeah.